Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 60 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, the 17th day of November, 2025. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast, of course, at 103.3 FM. And if you're listening to my voice anywhere else on Earth, you've gone to our website to do that, ksje.com, or maybe you're listening through the new KSJE radio app. It is great to have you all with us this morning. Also, a welcome to our viewers who are joining us. The video of this program is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, everyone. So glad that you are with us, because this morning we are getting an update from the Central Consolidated School District. We have the superintendent in the studio, as well as some students and some other folks from CCSD. So stay tuned for an update from them coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then later on this morning, we'll be checking in with Lewis Campbell with our Monday Reboot segment, Talking Technology. That's coming up around 8:50 this morning on KSJE. Mick Hess is going to be here next hour, Roving with the Arts. That's our weekday classical music program coming your way at 9:06. And also, don't forget, you can connect with us on other social media platforms if that's your thing, Instagram, Blue Sky, X, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And if you're a podcast listener, you can subscribe and listen to KSJE podcasts wherever you listen to podcasts. So check it out and maybe discover a new local program that you may have missed. Podcasts also part of the KSJE radio app, available now at the App Store and Google Play. Outside our studios at San Juan College this morning, it is 43 degrees. We're expecting a partly sunny day today with a high of only 51, a bit cooler than we've seen recently. 36 overnight tonight. It'll be 56 for high tomorrow, 58 on Wednesday. And look, take a look, maybe a chance of rain or snow showers developing Wednesday night into Thursday, with a high on Thursday about 49 degrees and an overnight low of 36. Back with my guests from Central Consolidated School District right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. The caregivers of San Juan Regional Medical Center are committed to bettering the quality of life, health, and care of individuals, families, and our communities. Life is their sacred trust. Better is their mission. Here is their home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, improving the health of the Four Corners since 1910.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin Morning Program on KSJE.
My guest, as I mentioned, on the radio with me this morning from the Central Consolidated School District, Superintendent Steve Carlson is back with us this morning. Mr. Carlson, welcome back to KSJE.
Morning, Scott.
Great to have you here.
Great to be here.
Thank you for being here. Also joining us is your Public Relations Supervisor, Jerrod Noble, is here this morning as well. Jerrod, good morning to you.
Good morning, Scott.
Thank you for being here. You also brought some students with you who we'll introduce in just a moment. But first things first, we'll talk to the superintendent and Jerrod Noble a little bit about what's going on in the Central School District these days. First thing, I guess, is a big maybe thank you to voters. We had an election. You had an election and a bond election just a few weeks ago, early November, and things went pretty well for your GO bond, I know, right?
They sure did, Scott. Thanks for bringing that up. But before we talk about the bond, I want to say congratulations
Yes.
to the winners of the school board elections. We had two races.
Yes, you did. That's right.
One was a race that's been won before by Christina J. Aspis from District 4.
Mm-hmm.
And she won again resoundingly. And so she is going to serve for another 4 years. I believe this will be her third term on the Central Consolidated School Board. So that is quite a commitment, and we really appreciate her service.
Right.
We also have, in District 1, a Rebecca Ashley Montoya. Again, a pretty healthy win for her over George Schenken. So Once again, we have a new board member and one who will serve another 4 terms.
A returning board member.
Returning board member.
Very
And
good.
Under that bond, so we had
Yeah.
a general obligation, which we generally call the GO bond. And again, the GO bond passed with, I believe, 85%. Is that correct,
Yep,
Jerrod?
85%.
Wow.
85%. So I just want to thank the voters once again from our district, who they basically support GO bonds every single time they come up. They've been very supportive of our schools in the past. They continue to be, and we appreciate that. So.
And that money, just real quick, is useful for the district. It is something that you can use for specific purposes, but it helps maybe fill in the cracks a little bit, maybe with you have some funding shortfalls or other projects that come up over the years.
It does. You mentioned projects, and that's kind of what we spend the money on mostly. We have systems that are getting old in a lot of
Like
our
maintenance
buildings.
things,
Maintenance
yeah.
systems like HVAC systems, just different things that are breaking. We have a couple roofs that need some repair, so we can utilize those funding dollars for that kind of
Gotcha.
repair work.
Those things aren't cheap that you mentioned.
They are not. No, sir. We're talking millions of dollars.
Yeah, so that money is useful, and if it didn't pass, that would have to come from somewhere else in your budget,
It
which,
would.
which I think would impact other things.
Or nowhere else.
In the
and so
district.
those things just continue to deteriorate.
Gotcha. Well, thank you, voters, then.
Thank you, voters.
For supporting those projects and things, and congrats to the new board members as well, and the returning board member.
Yes.
So, very good. Thank you for that. Also, we want to talk about the 80th Count Day is coming up. When? Next week, did we say? Is that?
No, it's going to be coming up on right
2
after.
weeks.
Yeah, in
December
2 weeks.
1st.
But they're going to, so Thanksgiving break's going to be happening for students.
Yeah.
And then right the next day, on that Monday, students are going to come back to Student Count Day. So, they're going to get full bellies coming out of Thanksgiving break, and
Okay.
then the beginning of school there in December is Student Count Day. So I want to remind our viewers and parents there that after that Thanksgiving break, that Monday is really important to come back and attend school.
Well, right. Well, they've been away from school for several days, so they can't wait to get back to school on December 1st. So
That's right. And I want to make sure, too, that ridership is important for this one. So the 80th day and the 120th day is where the PED actually counts the ridership for students that ride the bus. So that's another important, if you have students that are going to be riding the bus, make sure they ride that bus and return on that bus, too.
Very good. And we were talking before we came on the air a little bit this morning about the 40th day count, and that seemed to do pretty well. I think a lot of students were in class and attendance on that important 40th day count as well earlier in the school year.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Good.
so there's like a report that was given in a previous board meeting, and then the stats were showing that you had your averages of what the attendance was like for the schools, and then they've been pretty great so far. But the 40th day, parents are really supportive, and we can see the data to where a lot of schools were showing 90%, 95% attendance for the whole day, and so I think that's great. It shows that parents understand the importance of attendance for those count days, how that supports funding for our schools. So I just wanted to say thank you to those parents for taking those count days seriously in our schools.
That's right. And the next one is coming up December 1st.
December 1st
As we
on
have said.
Monday.
Okay, very good. What else is the update that we want to share this morning? What are some of the other things that you would like to share before we bring our students into the conversation as well?
You bet. There's a pretty big one. We had a little celebration last week at Mesa Elementary School. The celebration was because the state has given them a new designation. Every year the state comes out with designations based mostly on test data, but attendance data and other metrics. And Mesa Elementary had been a school that had been struggling for several years. And so the state has designations where schools can be, if you're a traditional school, that basically means that the state is going to kind of leave you alone. The expectation is you're making improvements and gains and growth and that kind of stuff. But we also have traditional schools, spotlight schools. But spotlight schools are the schools that are really achieving, and we strive to have all our schools eventually be spotlight schools. But right now we're good enough with the traditional because on the other end of the spectrum we have MRI, which is more rigorous intervention, CSI, which is comprehensive school improvement. Schools with those designations have a lot more hoops that they need to jump through, and the expectation is that if they do not eventually get to traditional status, there can be some serious consequences for those schools, including possibly closing those schools down. So Mesa Elementary had a designation for a while on MRI, which is more rigorous intervention. We do like our acronyms.
Yeah, apparently.
Education.
Right, yes.
Yeah, and so this year they made some improvements, and so the entire staff got behind the principal, Gina Jones, there, and they've been working really hard, and they've been making improvements. And so this was a big celebration that that status is removed, and they are now. We had 2 schools last year that were on that designation, and we have 1 more school who has a designation, and that is Career Prep. But I'd like to throw a little caveat on that Career Prep is probably going to remain with that designation because of the type of school it is. It's a credit recovery kind of school,
Right.
and because of that, there's going to be graduation rates issues and attendance issues probably. So anyway, we're working on that. But we're very happy to be able to take Mesa off that designation.
Congratulations. And
Thank you.
again, nice to see that recognition from the state as well, obviously, and as it compares to schools all around the state and other districts and things like that. So kudos again, as you mentioned, to the principal and your staff for pulling together and getting that done.
Absolutely.
And I think parents that send their kids to there should be proud of that too.
Absolutely.
So, very good. Congratulations yet again.
Thank you.
And some of the other things we wanted to share before we bring our students in?
Yeah,
or some of the other things?
we have
What you got?
2 new coordinators that we just hired
Okay.
on. So
I know we talked about that, so I want to make sure I got the right
No worries.
the right number of how many new coordinators we're talking about this morning.
Yeah,
Yes.
2 new coordinators. So we have Michelle Thur, who's our new testing coordinator. She came from Farmington. She was also a teacher at Sherbrooke High School, so very familiar with CCSD, and she's now the testing coordinator.
So
there.
coming back to the district.
Coming back to the district.
Nice.
Really excited to have her on the team there with our data assessment research technology department.
Okay.
So we brought on Rodney. He was the director of operations, or he was the facilities, and now he's the director of operations for our district. And so that position was open. So there's a gentleman, I believe he's worked 25 years in CCSD, was like a compliance specialist. He was a security specialist at some point, I believe. He has a good background of maintenance work too, and now he's a facility coordinator, and we're really excited for him because he's very involved with the community. He's a coach also, but yeah, so he's got this facility coordinator position, and we couldn't be more happy for him. So Marvis Frazier is the new facilities coordinator.
Okay. Very good. Sounds like he knows the district forwards and backwards from his,
For sure, yeah.
his
So I
jobs
think,
there.
yeah, he'll probably hop in that position and know exactly what needs to be done. So yes, sir.
Very good. Well, congrats to those new additions to the team, and I imagine there are more to come, perhaps, as the year goes on. So that's good to know. So thanks for sharing that as well with us this morning. So appreciate that. Are we ready for our students?
We're ready.
Are we ready? All right, we're going to do a quick switcheroo. Mr. Carlson, I'll ask you to switch places if you wouldn't mind with one of your students that is here. But in the meantime, we have another student who is here to talk a little bit about their experiences with the Central Consolidated School District and the Bod Wilson Tech Center. And Jerrod, just talk to me in just a minute about the Tech Center and what that means for students and things like that.
Well, let me start real quick
Yeah.
because I actually was hired on back in 2017, and I believe Bod Wilson just opened in August for 2017. And so the idea was for this school to be some type of career technical education opportunity where students could go to the school, earn experience with career opportunities, skills trades, go into those kind of classes to where once they graduate out of high school, they were able to go into a job field that they felt they were called for or that they had interest in. So obviously now down the road, it's grown more and more every year to now we have 9 programs available. Well, actually, a couple there in Bod Wilson that's specific to 7, but we have 9 programs total for our career technical education program in the district. With Bod Wilson, we want to highlight more numbers there in the school, and just want to let our parents know exactly what Bod Wilson's for, and to maybe consider something for their students to go to that school. So I can't really exactly remember what why it was called Bod Wilson, but it's been there for quite some time now.
Right.
The programs of study. Oh, go ahead, sir.
I was just going to say, I think I remember, because that's the kind of the combination of two schools, right? You had a Ruth N. Bond
That's
school
correct.
and a Grace B. Wilson school as well in that area. And so, as I recall, because I'm old, there was a little combination of the two facilities out there. And so, and to continue to honor those two great educators in the Central District, I think they came up with the name Bond Wilson. So,
Thank you, sir.
but happy to fill in the blanks because I'm old. But it's a great resource for the district and for your students, right, to be able to offer that to them.
Yeah, so they transport from either Shiprock, Kirtland. I believe Newcomb was doing that for a little bit. It's a little longer drive for Newcomb to get to that school, but for sure our Kirtland kids definitely use that facility along with Shiprock to travel all the way over there. So
Wonderful.
I'll go ahead and highlight those 9 programs real quick. So we have culinary, we have military, carpentry, where they earn like a OSHA certification if they complete their program of study there for carpentry, along with welding. Physical health, they also get some type of CNA certification once they complete that program. Business management, there's teaching, agriculture, and information technology.
Okay, very good. And the students get to choose which pathway they want to follow and things like that, depending on their career aspirations. And so you brought 2 students with you this morning, and so I want to introduce them and bring them into the conversation as well. We really appreciate you 2 being here. You are both seniors at the Central Consolidated School District, so we'll bring you in. Danae Brew is here. Good morning. Thank you for being here as well this morning.
Good morning.
Also joining us is Caitlin Deschini. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here, both of you. And let's talk a little bit about your experiences with the Bond Wilson Tech Center. And Danae, let me start with you a little bit. What are you studying at Bond Wilson?
I've actually been in 3 different pathways. I started off my sophomore year with healthcare, and then my junior year I went to IT, and then they didn't offer the next class at the time, so I had to switch pathways. So I switched to business, and I've been in business this year too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which one do you like the best? Do you have a favorite?
I really liked healthcare because it was really hands-on learning, and it was all the classes are really fun there. So
Nice. Very good. And as a senior then, do you have plans for next year? Are you going to continue your education or in one of these pathways?
yeah, I plan to continue. I'm not too sure if I'd stick with these pathways because I'm kind of really interested in a lot of things, but I definitely plan to further my education.
Very good. But you certainly learned a lot, it sounds like to me, about the different choices that are available to you from these classes that you've been able to take, huh?
Yeah, I think it really helped me figure out what I like to do and what I don't like to do.
What'd you find out you don't like to do?
I definitely don't like needles.
Okay.
Drawing blood.
Okay.
So I figured out that's not for me.
Gotcha.
I really learned that just being there in the community, I learned that I like to help people a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, and I want to make a better environment for people.
Nice. Very good. Well, you have lots of choices for that.
Yeah.
So that's great. Very good. Well, thank you for coming in this morning and sharing that with us. I may come back to you, so don't go too
Okay.
far, okay? And she can't because she's kind of stuck over there in that chair, but that's okay. Caitlin, I want to come to you and ask you kind of the same questions a little bit about the classes that you've taken. And if you have a favorite, go ahead and let us know what your thoughts are.
Well, to begin,
Yeah.
I've been sticking with culinary ever since sophomore year, since I found it so interesting. Was also wrapped into going into the teacher or early childhood development
Right.
to help. And I've learned that I really like hands-on activities, and I don't like just sitting there on a computer all day.
Gotcha. That makes sense. And so culinary, that's cooking and things like that, right? Do you have a favorite dish or a favorite type of food that you like to create? Are you more of a baker or?
Probably more cooking, because baking takes more measurements and specific tasks you need to do.
Okay.
Like making sure you don't overmix or you don't add too much yeast.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. It can mess you up.
Yeah,
if
it
you're
can mess
not
you up big
careful.
time, and then you have to remake it over again.
Right. And eat the results, maybe.
Yeah.
Eat your mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. And so instead you kind of like, what's the one that you like the best, I guess, the area, I would ask you?
I would say culinary, since I've
Still
always
culinary.
been interested since I was a
Sure.
little kid.
Okay. And helping people is another big thing that you
Yes.
found you like too, right?
Yes, especially when I do caterings.
Mm-hmm.
since over at Bond Wilson, especially in the culinary track, you are able to do multiple caterings, which I've done throughout the years.
Nice. What type of events are you catering?
Just like school-based. Like it could be wrestling banquets, football banquets,
Okay.
or like feeding when there's like a meeting with the school board. Sometimes at Bond Wilson.
Okay. But those are a lot of people, I would think, at some of those banquets, right?
Yeah.
How many people are you catering for?
It's
A lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
Like one time I think we got close to like 90 people,
Okay.
but that was for a banquet.
Right. And so for that type of an event, are you making like like a dinner or just desserts, or what types of foods are you making for a catering event?
We do like a course where, like an example would be when we made this like taco thing where you could like choose between hard shell, soft shell, and we served pork along with sides like pinto beans, rice, and
So a whole meal.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Very good. I'm hungry. But thank you, but that's all right. Very good. Jerrod, this is a great representation of the Bond Wilson Tech Center and the types of things that these students are able to explore and learn about and see if they like it or not like it and things like that.
I
right?
might also want to ask him about Skills USA because USA is a huge thing there in Bond Wilson. They take these kids even to national competition,
Right.
in their career choice. So, and they do amazing. They bring back awards and first place. You know, their champion, especially for their state competitions. They just bring back great awards back to Bond Wilson. So I just want to ask him if they've been participating in any of those competitions at all.
Okay. All right. Very good. Let's start with you. Danae, what about you? Skills USA? A little bit?
Yeah, so last year I went to Skills USA. I was going to my sophomore year, but I kind of chickened out. But then my junior year I went and I competed in an interview. It was kind of one of the more easier competitions, but it was more titled to my pathway because business interview.
Right.
And I did okay. I mean, I'm going to go again this year, but it was a really fun experience, and we got to see a bunch of different people compete, and a few of our students brought back medals. A couple of them, or I can't remember the exact number, but a few of them brought back gold, so they got to go to Atlanta for
Nice.
nationals.
For the national one. So this was the state one that you were at. Is
Yeah,
that
we
where
were
you
at
were?
the state one in Albuquerque.
Nice. Very good. Well, congratulations. And you want to go back this year?
Yeah, I'm going to go back this year.
Okay. Very good. Caitlin, what about you?
Yeah, I've competed in Skills USA. I was in the career pathway for human service that correlates with the early childhood development, and I was actually one of the gold winners.
Nice.
I placed state, so we went to Atlanta, and my group, we did the same thing with our project on the necessary nutrition like need for younger children, especially in the Navajo Nation. We've actually placed top 10 nationally, and we actually received a prestigious Skills USA point certificate.
Good for you. You're very modest. That's great. That's a great finish. So that's wonderful. And how was it traveling to Atlanta and competing against folks from other parts of the country? I bet that was interesting.
Yeah, to begin with, being on a plane for the first time is terrifying. But yeah.
That was your first time?
Yes, my first time being on a plane.
Okay. But you survived.
Yes, I survived.
And you had fun in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was really fun since we got to like meet a bunch of different people, talked with others,
Sure.
especially like about our career paths. We even exchanged like hats since every state has like their own unique hat. Like for us, New Mexico, we had Smokey the Bear.
Right. That's
the
New
others-
Mexican. That's
yeah.
true. That's unique.
Yeah, it was really interesting being
Great.
there.
Very good. Well, congratulations to you, and you're going to maybe go back this year?
Yeah, I'll probably go with baking this year.
Okay. Well, good luck. Very
Thank
good luck.
you.
Jerrod? That's
Well, I was
great.
just going to say, I think it's obviously Bond Wilson. They just like what Danae was talking about. There's opportunities for her to explore exactly what she wants to go into. You know, maybe and Bond Wilson is that type of school to where they can go to the school, find out what interests them, and they can find out their career path, and then go into college or out. You know, when they graduate, they can go straight into that career pathway that they chose. And she mentioned pathways to where their counselors at their schools, Newcomb, Kirtland, Shabrock, even career prep, they have counselors there that definitely know these career pathways for
Sure.
these students to understand and explore what they want to do, and they definitely know, fit their schedule with Bond Wilson. So, and if there's parents that might be interested, or even students that might be listening, definitely talk to those counselors and see, explore these pathways, and see if we can get you to Bond Wilson to take these, go into these programs of study.
Right. Very true. And again, I think it can help to figure out what you do like, or more importantly, maybe what you don't like as you go forward, as we heard. So
Yeah, and
that's an important
obviously
thing too.
they're getting skills too. Just like interviews, right? Like with the Skills USA, that
Sure.
again that experience with how to go into an interview, and then maybe there's something that in cooking that they'll have a skill for the rest of their life that they've never learned before, and they take that with their families. And so just really proud for Bond Wilson, what they're doing there, and look forward to the many more opportunity that the school brings for these kids.
Lots of benefits, sounds like to me, and they're available to all students throughout the district, it sounds
Absolutely,
like. Yes,
yeah,
right?
and well, specifically those programs study for sure.
Sure,
So and
right.
then, again, reach out to those counselors. They know how to get that set up, and what classes you need to take.
Okay, very good. Great. And Danae, you were telling me earlier that there was an assembly maybe at school that talked a little bit about this. Some of the teachers came and mentioned it to you. That's what got you a little bit interested, maybe pursuing it?
So right now we're only taking Shiprock and Kirtland students. So sometimes we have assemblies and the teachers come and talk a bit about Bond Wilson. So yeah, that's how we recruit people.
Okay.
And I also want to say, on top of our pathway classes, we take those classes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then we also have additional classes. A lot of them are through San Juan College, dual credit, and we have interviewing, that's a class, or job skills, and then we have first year experience with San Juan College, and we just offer additional classes too in other areas, so you're not just taking classes in your pathway.
Okay. All right. Very good. Are you getting extra credit for being here this morning, for interviewing?
I
think you should.
My teacher probably will, knowing him, but
I think you should.
I don't think I am. I don't know.
Okay. How am I doing? Am I doing all right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you very much. Very good. And Caitlin, what about you? How did you get interested? Was it an assembly or something else that got you interested in exploring the classes at Bond Wilson?
Well, for sophomore year, we did this assembly.
Uh-huh.
Two of the teachers, one of them was the previous culinary teacher, because as of now, there's a new culinary teacher. But they were telling us about the program. I was like, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And I was about to do healthcare, but then I just chickened out. I was like, culinary would be better.
You didn't check out. You just changed your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you did. So very good. And so far so good.
Yes.
Sounds
it's
like to
been
me.
fun.
So great. Very good. Well, we are just about out of time, everybody, but I really appreciate you both coming in. And Jerrod, thank you for coordinating that. I know sometimes it takes a little bit of extra effort, so thank you for bringing the students to the station this morning.
You know what? I
share.
actually want to thank Miss Janelle Charlie, Athena Davis, and Crystal Benali for those three to actually organize. They made my job a lot easier, but they do a lot of the work there at Bond Wilson. So definitely kudos to them for this.
Very good. Well, thank you for coming in. And Mr. Carlson, we appreciate you being here as well. But I'm going to wrap up the show and just thank you all for being here from the Central Consolidated School District. And have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving to you, too.
Thank you very much. My guest this morning from CCSD with me here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.